Today is day 30 of designing a spooky island in 30 days using no Nintendo Online. This is it. Today is the day the island has to get done. Am I worried? Yes. But are we gonna be okay? Also, yes. So I have two big concerns for today. Number one is the museum. Haven't even started it. Number two is the opposite side of the island with the peninsula. I just feel like that part is pretty bare. I haven't really done much. And like, that's okay, but I would like for there to be more. So I do have some things to work on along with cleaning up, doing all of that stuff. Like there's just a lot on the list to do today. So it's gonna be all over the place, but we'll get there. We're gonna get there. I'm kind of just delaying the inevitable right now. And I'm just going through working on the easier sections, and then I'm gonna do the other stuff. So like the campsite, for example, I really just need to fill it with a couple more flowers, put weeds in certain spots, and then I think it'll be done. I also had planned on amiiboing in a villager to put here, but I'm kind of just not feeling it. And so if there's not a campsite villager that day, like I just don't even know if I have it in me to amiibo someone in. That's the point that I'm at. Maybe one day in the future before I delete the island, I'll amiibo someone in, re-upload the dream address, but like, unless there's someone visiting, can't do it. Okay, so here's the thing about the museum. I have this pond here, and I kept telling myself that the pond was a good thing, that I was just gonna decorate around it. I wouldn't have to do too much work, but I feel like the pond is actually restricting me and it's making it so I don't know what to do here. So I'm getting rid of the pond. It's going. I think I have an idea of what I wanna do here, and I'm actually not gonna show y'all what I do until I tour the island at the end. So the pond is going. I'm gonna start building here. I have to do a second spooky build. I already have the campsite, which is my first one. In order to meet my goals, I need a second one. This is gonna be it, but you're gonna have to wait. Issue number 2, this spot over here feels so empty. I haven't done anything. I'm gonna add some pathing, just like I've been doing throughout the island in these curved spots. I've just been kind of placing individual dirt squares to give the illusion of like a stepping stone pattern. And I'm gonna lead it all the way to the peninsula. And then I do think I need to do a little bit of decoration over here, but nothing fancy. Like it's gonna be really, really basic. I've time traveled several times today. This was another time. I'm really trying to figure out which day I'm gonna be saving the dream address on. I think I found it. I think this is the one. And I'm just adding some different fencing, like behind resident services. I'm just kind of going around in different shifts. Like I'll do like one round I'm gonna do flowers, and then I do fencing, and then I do weeds, and I'm just running around aimlessly and placing random stuff places and just literally spiraling and melting down and panicking. I had to time travel again because I keep trying to get more flowers to grow. I added a couple spooky items next to the lighthouse. I love the way they look. I'm gonna finish it off with a flower bed, I think. Maybe add a few more flowers and then call it a day. I am doing my final cleanup. I need to get rid of these gyroids on the beach. They have to go. I'm just trashing them at this point. Like nothing on this island is needed anymore. If it's not in the build, it's done. Trashing these, I'm gonna get rid of this palm tree as well. I think I need to add a couple weeds on the beach, and then we're done. I checked in with Isabel because I actually forgot that this was one of my goals for the challenge, and we have officially hit 5 stars. We met that goal. I'm so happy about that. We can just check it off the list. I did it. It's done. I finished the island 13. I am so happy. I'm so glad that it's done. I'm excited to show y'all. So we are going to do a quick tour of the island here. And first things first, I'm going to show you my map. I did save the dream address, so that'll be on the screen for you right here. If you want to check out the island, I would love to see it. I would love to hear about it. Let me know what you think. I think the map actually looks pretty cool. The in-game path always just looks amazing on maps, so I'm very happy about that. Here is my entrance for the island. I love the way that this entrance turned out. I used in-game path throughout the island. I didn't do any custom patterns. Other than a transparent pattern to help prevent flowers from spreading too much, that's all that I did. So very happy about this. All I have at the front is 2 villager houses. It'll take you right to resident services through this meadow right here. It's really nothing too fancy. I did a little bit of terraforming, but the front half of the island is really just supposed to be villagers who are living on this island. They've decorated for Halloween, but they don't know what's going on the back of the island. We're just up here ready to celebrate the holiday, completely oblivious to everything else that's going on. Coming over here to the left, I just have 2 more villager houses. These are Shep and Coco's house. I actually really love this area. I think because I have just so many different versions of the spooky items. Like I have the arch and the trees, tons of the pumpkins. I just really love the way that their house turned out. And then I just have a path leading down to the beach here, but the beaches aren't decorated. They're just kind of overgrown. If you cross over the bridge, this leads you to the farm neighborhoods, which are similar to the other neighborhood, but just a little bit more leaning into farm core. So we have Flora's house, Brofina's house. Everyone has decorated for Halloween. I just kind of continued that vibe throughout. Biff has a wheat farm here, and they're all just connected with this in-game path. This is Poppy's house, and he has carrots on the other side, potatoes and tomatoes. I don't know. I just really like the way this pathing worked out too, how it just surrounds all of the houses. If you continue to follow the path up, it will take you to a dead end here. If you go through the cliffs, you can get to the peninsula, and the peninsula is just a lighthouse and a couple of Halloween decorations. I think it's cute. And it kind of gives off a little bit of a spooky vibe with the weather. Coming back in and going across the bridge will take you to the shopping district. We have Able Sisters and Nooks here. I love the front of Nooks. This was a total accident. Like, I don't know how this happened. I don't know what I was doing, but I really like the way it looks. It's very overgrown and different from anything I've ever done in front of Nooks. So I like that. And then across the pathway, I have this park area, and it's just kind of an overgrown. Overgrown is a big theme here, if you can't tell. I was just trying to fill space, okay? I spiraled and I needed to fill space, so that's what I did. But I went with orange flowers this time instead of what I was doing in all of the other locations. So I like that. And the pergola looks nice. I think it's cute. If you continue across and you go over the other bridge, it'll take you back to the main section. Behind resident services, I have this community farm area, just a bunch of different crops back here. I like the idea of a community farm because a lot of villagers have their individual farms, but this one is just nice and big and a wide variety of stuff. A pumpkin patch right behind resident services. And then if you go down, we have a couple more villager houses and my house as well. I just have mine kind of mixed in with everyone else's, mainly because I didn't upgrade my house because one of my goals was to decorate the interior of my house fully, and I didn't want to have to do a lot. So I only have 2 rooms in my house. We're not going to go in there to check them out. If you want to see the interior, you're going to have to check out the dream address, but I only have 2 rooms. So it was pretty easy to decorate those. And then coming down here, you have Camo Frog's house. I actually love the exterior of Camo Frog's house, but yeah, I just have a lot of flowers, pumpkins, pumpkin patches. That's kind of the theme for the entire front half of the island. Coming across the bridge to the back of the island is where I did my spooky sections. And the first one that I did was to the left. You have the spooky graveyard. I love the way that this turned out, actually. Again, it's overgrown, full of weeds and flowers. I really like it though. Spooky sections were so difficult to do with this challenge because I was dealing with what the game dealt me, and it wasn't dealing me a lot of spooky stuff. This leads all the way back to the secret beach. You have the creepy skeleton back here, but I just wasn't getting a ton of spooky items. I mean, I had all of the Halloween stuff, but I needed some of the other stuff. I was fortunate enough to get the DIY for the Western style stone, so I used a bunch of those. I also got the creepy skeleton, which was nice. so I got to use some of those as well. But other than that, I just wasn't getting a ton of stuff. So we have the overgrown graveyard. If you follow the ladder up, it will take you to the campsite. And this is a campsite that I do not want to be a part of. Whatever's going on here is weird, some kind of strange experiments. I don't know what's happening. You could not pay me to stay here. Now I had to have another spooky build to meet all of my goals. So I decided on the museum, and whoever is staying at the campsite is also hanging out at the museum. They have taken over the entire back half of the island, and they just like to hang out in this rocking chair with this toolbox behind them. And it's all a little weird. But this is my build in front of the museum. Like I said, the pond was just really restricting me. So I ended up getting rid of it and then just putting all of this pathing down, adding some fences. I have a couple of the pumpkin items here. And then I decided to go with the spooky, weird rocking chair, just randomly sitting here with a tool set. It feels spooky to me. I don't know about y'all. Does it count? I think it counts as a spooky build. I actually like the way it turned out. And in the rain, I think it looks even better. If you follow the path along, you can sneak back this way. If you want to get to the campsite, it'll lead you right back. But that's it. That is my island, the Island 13. I can't believe I finished this in 30 days. I can't believe I finished it without using any Nintendo Online. No custom paths, all on my own. I'm very proud of it, and I hope that y'all like it too. I did manage to meet every single one of my goals. We hit a 5-star island. I did 2 spooky builds, and I decorated my house interior completely. Those might feel like simple goals, but I promise in 30 days it is not easy to do. So I am happy to be able to say that all of them were completed. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who supported this 30-day challenge. If you watched the whole thing or if you just stumbled upon this video, thank you so much. I hope to do another one of these in the future sometime because I really did have a lot of fun doing it. So if you enjoyed it and you want to see something like that, please let me know down in the comments below. Until then, I'm going to have a video that I think you'll like on the screen for you to click on right now.